Alright guys, so I keep hearing about weird stuff on the internet, and it sort of doesn't match what I've found in my observations with working with thousands of people. Long time, I've been doing this a long time. And not only have I been coaching people for a long time, whatever, I've been doing keto on myself for 10 years, and I haven't gone over 20 carbs a day, period, ever. So it's very, a little weird for me to hear people talk about keto with strange ideology. For example, you shouldn't go too low on your protein. People are so afraid of gluconeogenesis, and like you could still be in ketosis. You may not be in that deep state of ketosis. Like, what does that all mean? Like, does anybody ever talk about what really being in a deep state of ketosis or ketotic or highly keto adapted? Well, I know I've been doing this stuff for 10 years. Boop! Proof is in the pudding. All right, so, and I've also worked with thousands of people, and some of these people are now going on their 5th year or 6th year on keto. And women. So women actually tend to be the ones that sustain a longevity with a ketogenic protocol. Witnessed it. So the things that I have problems with is this, you don't have to have your proteins be low. Well, I never preach low protein. I preach not high protein. So it's more of a moderate protein. Not only that, I talk about the quality of protein, which I don't understand. Why are not people talking about the quality of food? Could that be the varying factor? Could that be the factor that is problematic? Because I got an email yesterday from a woman who says that she has kidney pain when she went from no protein to eating protein. So that's a vegan diet to to a ketogenic diet with protein. And all of a sudden she's got kidney pain. Now, she did have underlying UTIs many times before, but in her case, you could say that eating any protein created kidney pain. It feels like everybody's just kind of like looking at other people's stuff and then making opinions on whatever. Like, it's all theoretical. And I understand that. I kind of do. But so I feel really confident in actually what I've done and what I've studied. When people have too much protein for their particular genetics or epigenetics, guys, their glucose spikes and their ketones drop, and they feel like shite. Boop! It's like, that's not being discussed. It's like, oh, you can have a lot of protein. And then what happens? What happens when you feel like shite on a lot of protein? What happens when the gluconeogenic effect happens, your blood sugar shoots up and the ketones drop and you feel awful? I mean, I've seen it over and over. I mean, I'm not pulling this out of my bunghole. I'm actually witnessing it firsthand through tons of people. Tons. And that's showing me something. So either people have difficulties digesting their proteins, or the quality of proteins are poor, or maybe perhaps that they don't need as much protein to be ketotic, because clearly when they drop their proteins, but we have to figure out what that macronutrient protein breakdown is. Was it 50 grams of protein? Was it 70? Was it 80? Was it 90? Was it 100? 120 grams of protein per day? No one talks about that. They just say, eat more protein and you'll be fine. Drop your fats and drop your saturated fats and eat olive oil to keto adapt. Like, what planet are you on? Like, where did we hunt olive trees? I mean, pork has such a great diversity in amino acids, right? It's not even fully saturated. It's got monounsaturated in it. And it's an animal fat. And it's got a lot of mono. That the saturates aren't dominant. So what does that tell you? I mean, we didn't hunt coconuts. People are not adapting on MCT oil, guys. They're not. They're still hypoglycemic. They're still showing signs of hypothyroidism, physiological insulin resistance. I keep hearing that as long as your proteins are high, your glucose and your insulin's going to drop. But I haven't seen that. I've seen insulin high, and I've actually started having people take an insulin test. This stuff is fascinating. So for those who say eat large amounts of protein, you're not adapting, not the thousands of people I work with. If you work with thousands of people, have your baseline fats been 140 and protein been, 100, and then you use urine strips? That's subjective, right? You're using coffee? Are you ketotic or not? Nobody knows. It's like all anecdotal. Anyway, just a rant. Just give you something to think about. And this is me, 10 years ketotic. The most important thing that I've experienced is that you have to have your electrolytes in balance or you're going to get fracked up. This is the mother sucking business at 50. All right? 50. Now what? Skin on point. Energy on point. Cognitive ability on point. Peace out. StephaniePerson.com. You know I'm writing the Ultimate Keto book. I'm covering these subjects. I'm just trying to take all of the amazing data from a lot of these PhDs and then apply it to what I've learned with my clients on keto. I'm also at Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram and Stephanie the Business Person on my Facebook fan page. And I'm out, guys.